Alrighty. Welcome back, y'all, to another video. Hope you guys are doing well. Um, you know what I'm saying? It's been a while, but I'm back here, and I just want to just mention if you were listening to Frank Ocean during these times, man, good job. You know what I'm saying? Um, you're at a point where you're really sad in your life, or you just chill like that. You know what I'm saying? Just like me, I'm a really chill guy, so you know what I'm saying? I stay listening to Frank. He's one of those artists that has timeless classics. Personally, I still listen to Pyramids and Novocaine often, and I seem to always find something new about the songs and just gather new appreciation for him. Although he's never going to drop this album. I'm not gonna lie to you. If you guys have hope of him dropping a new album ever, don't. Just let it go. Let it go. He's retired, man. He's retired. He's not gonna make new music. So enjoy what you have now, right? But you know what I'm saying? We should just appreciate him. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm pretty sure we all have memories with Frank Ocean, whether you want to or not. You have, you know what I'm saying? You've heard a Frank Ocean song here or there. And for me, I think Frank Ocean speaks to two demographics of people. You know what I'm saying? It's he's speaking to the nerdy awkward kids, or you know what I'm saying, he's speaking to the spiritual awakened community, you know what I'm saying. And and those what those two communities have going on is that they're both mentally fucking deranged, all right. And Frank Ocean heals all, you know what I'm saying, he heals mental illness. And I'm telling you guys right now, the album that we're talking about, the Blonde album, does exactly what that, you know what I'm saying, what I just described. Okay, it heals mental illness, it heals fucking heartbreak, you know. And for me, the Blonde album is you know what I'm saying, an instant classic. He dropped it back way back in 2016, and you could tell this album takes a very, you know what I'm saying, dreamlike creative vibe that, you know, Frank Ocean does very well. I think I think Frank Ocean for sure. He paved ways for a lot of people, such as like, you know, Daniel Caesars and such. And I just, you know what I'm saying. Let's get into the album. Now the first song that I have the pleasure of fucking reviewing is Ivy, which is for me being the second song makes sense, but I really enjoy this to be like, I don't know, I feel like having this having this to be a beginning song is really nice. It sets a nice tone. It's very much like a dream-esque start to the album, and it kind of just highlights a bittersweet relationship. And I think having the flow and the ambience of being like in a dream fits perfectly to what he's speaking about. You know what I'm saying? He's reminiscing about being kids and love and shit like that. And like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and unfortunately in these situations, like, he, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's sweet, it's nice at the moment, and then when you slowly fade into reality and you grow up, you realize that this relationship isn't gonna work out. That's that's what that's why I think Ivy is really, the consensus is all about, is the idea of being in love, especially when you're young, and being so crazy about somebody, being so love struck and love drawn, but then it all comes crashing down. And it comes it comes like really fast though. Like, yeah, here's the thing, guys. Like that, like summer love shit don't fucking work out. Don't do that shit, okay? Guys, okay? Cause you won't fall in love for the summer, and then shorty's gonna move on. Especially if she going to college, she won't move on for your little dumb ass, alright? So again, it's nice, and you know what I'm saying? Like, it's really interesting to think about of how it's very a contrast of things of having everything be so like flowy and dreamy at first. Cause like you know what I'm saying, like you know the song. You know the song. I thought I was dreaming when you said you loved me. Right? And then towards the end of the song, right? This man starts fucking speaking a fucking chicken scratch. Which let me tell you something right now. If I didn't know Frank Ocean before listening to this album or listening to this song in general, that man just ruined the song for me. I don't know. I'm just saying that shit. Yo, you would have thought you know what I'm saying, the next song played or something like that. It just, you know what I'm saying, it catches you off guard. And for me, like the beginning portions of the song, it's a nice song, bro. Like it's a nice song, and then this shit takes you by surprise. But the thing is, you guys don't understand his artistic viewpoints. You know what I'm saying? It's art to him. This shit is not just a song. And that whole little chicken scratch shit symbolizing a screeching end to the relationship. You know what I'm saying? That's why he sounds like that. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that like you know what I'm saying, like he not only paints the picture of them being in love and then them being adults mutually agreeing that this is not it. Now you get to fucking hear it, and it gets to bleed your fucking ears. You know what I'm saying? And overall, this song it's short and sweet, but that's the point, right? Love, summer flings, your little shorty from the block, they are all short and sweet, and then when it ends, it hurts a little bit, and that's the vibe I get from the song. Ivy's a fantastic song. I'm sure there's a reason why this shit was fucking one of his most played songs. But yeah, on to the next. All right, and so second song also happens to be my favorite song and the most popular song off this album for sure. I think yeah, this song Nights is you know what I'm saying. There's a lot to break down in this song. First point I have to bring up. It's really cool. Um, happens exactly at 30 minutes in the album. You know what I'm saying? The album is 1 hour long. This song happens exactly at the 30-minute point. I just want to put that in there because I thought it was cool. And there's some type of like, I don't know, fucking L literature arts fucking explanation of why this shit is at 30 minutes and why this shit is important that he put it in 30 minutes. I just thought that was cool. But anyways, Nights, it's for me, it's the fact that he's having a conversation with himself. That's that really what draws me in, because I love when artists they do that in their own songs where they almost have a conversation talking about their own problems, but they, you know what I'm saying, like they take themselves out of it. I don't know how to describe it, but he's introspectively talking about himself and talking about his own problems, right? And you know what I'm saying? And especially towards, you know, the part where he's talking about how he deals with it, talking about some rolling up, you know what I'm saying? Which is, hey, ain't no problem. Ain't no problem about shit. Sometimes life is hard, you know what I'm saying? But I think what really speaks out and why this song is really popular is that the fact it's just the pure fact that like, you know what I'm saying, we go through shit every single fucking day. You know what I'm saying? It's a constant cycle. It's constant, you know what I'm saying? Like there's never a waking day where you wake up and there's no problems. There might be low minimum problems, but there's always going to be some problems. And especially in this day and age, coming into adulthood, if you just once a kid and now you're slowly becoming an adult, shit, problems don't stop. They don't. Even on your off days, you still find a way to fucking find some problems in your life. You know what I'm saying? Problems find you, you find problems, both fucking the same shit. You know what I'm saying? And I really like the mellow flow of it. And it kind of just gives us a a room to like kind of reflect to ourselves about our path, you know what I'm saying? And I think this song was kind of like a medium of letting Frank fucking speak about his own problems, what he's been dealing with, and you know he did it in a chill way, you know, and that's the one thing I could appreciate about Nights for sure. It's I'm gonna tell you this right now. Nights constantly is in my playlists. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm just chilling, if I'm just you know what I'm saying, if I'm alone at the gym, Nights is playing in my ear, and it's really it reminds myself that like yeah, I have my own problems, but everyone has their own problems, you know, and we all have different ways to deal with it. Whether or not you know what I'm saying, you have advice to help deal with your problems, which you know what I'm saying, that's a whole nother conversation in itself. But just the idea like having and being able to like release what you feel and think about like you know think about somebody's other problems. I don't know, that did not come out right, but somebody else's problems instead of your own problems, and it kind of takes you away from what's actually what you know what I'm saying what you're doing with in life, and you know it's very important to like kind of like take yourself out of your own body to self-reflect, because if you're honestly constantly looking at yourself and through your lens, shit's always gonna be tough, man. Shit's always gonna be tough. Life don't get no easier, and if you gotta roll up, just roll up, man. Anything. All right, and the last song that I'm covering is gonna be White Ferrari. This song, there's a lot to talk about here, and I wanted to include this because um I you know what I'm saying, I feel like it's very important to cover songs that have clear fucking deeper meaning, you know. And White Ferrari, I'm Ferrari is like fucking like it's a blaring fucking metaphor for shit, you know. And not to say that his other songs don't have any deeper meaning. I just think White Ferrari, you know what I'm saying, it builds on the idea of a painful goodbye to a lover, and you know it gets covered, you know, stuff like that gets covered a lot. But I think the way that Frank's covers, you know what I'm saying, the idea of leaving somebody that you love so much, I think using the analogy of having a car ride, you know what I'm saying, showing us that like, you know, the relationship is like a car ride, you know. You when it's beginning and it's nice, you know what I'm saying? It's cool. It's cool. The ride is smooth, but when you know the ride is going to come to an end, that's when it's the hardest, you know. And he use it as a vehicle. Okay, he uses it as a vehicle in a way to like a connect him back to, you know what I'm saying, the memories, you know what I'm saying, but also use it as a vehicle to further push the idea that a he's grateful for the love that he had for this person, but also, man, it sometimes it's hard and people fall in love, fall out of love, and the ride has to end. You know what I'm saying? You have to get to your destination at one point, you know? And the hardest part is you never know what that destination really looks like until you get there, right? And you know, I think using the white Ferrari, using, you know, a car in general, I think it's a very smart way to kind of illustrate the point that like, you know, in terms of like, you know, a car trip, right? You you start at your first destination, you kind of go through the motions, you know what I'm saying? Like if you guys ever took a fucking long car ride, y'all could relate, where the first few, you know what I'm saying, way, for first few hours, everything is very familiar. You know, like you pass through the bridge, you pass through Jersey, whatever, cool, we'll do, right? In the middle, it gets a little, oh shit, like you don't really see that often, Like you know what I'm saying? I don't get to see Maryland that often. I don't see Virginia that often. And it's kind of new, kind of familiar, it's cool, whatever. And then, but as you get closer and closer to your destination, you get more tired. First of all, you get more tired because driving for fucking too long, you just bound to get tired. It is what it is. It happens to everybody. I get tired as hell. Shit, I drove fucking 6, 8 hours straight, and I'll tell you this right now: I'm always strong and set for the first 4 hours or so. When it gets to that 7 hour mark, I'll be tired as fuck, right? And the exact point where when you get towards your destination, you're gonna grow tired. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna not be well, and you're gonna like try to hurry up and get it finished with. And I think that's, what I'm saying, that's why he purposely used the idea of a fucking car as this metaphor. And honestly, it's a lazy metaphor, yeah, but like I think it delivers his point. You know what I'm saying? He's driving his point. You know what I'm saying? But any, anyways, like I think this song, I me personally, from a song wise perspective, like this is a very like simple song. It's not too crazy, but I do like it because of the layers that you have to peel back, and also like I think Frank kind of delivers his ideas in a very introspective way too. I think it's an easy listen because A, it sounds good and it's not too like, complex or whatever, but also B, like, we understand what he's talking about. It don't really take much to like kind of, you know what I'm saying? You really have to like be hard-headed to kind of miss the idea of what Frank is talking about. But yeah, that's it, man. White Ferrari, simple, clean, and to the point. Hi. I believe Blonde is a journey that Frank is traveling through his own life, really, and he's kind of like letting us see and explore with him about him, a finding himself and who he is, finding love and bonds and relationships, and also losing them. You know what I'm saying? Understanding what pain feels like, and Blonde is very much a coming to self type of album. Also, it really kind of explores the idea of being one with your inner self and finding out what you personally like, and you know what I'm saying, kind of just self healing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people nowadays they in their self healing phase, and this is what Frank is here for. And I really do love his kind of like his kind of range in this album. If you listen to this full album like fully, you could see how there's like different, like, you know what I'm saying? There's like each song very much is different, and he explores. He really does. Like, not like, especially for like, the bigger songs like Nights, there's a beat, there's like, what I'm saying, a beat switch towards the end of the song. And Ivy, he pulls out that fucking whatever that fucking voice is. That shit is, I still to this, I can't go over that. That voice is terrible. Even like, Solo has a like an Andre 3000 verse in it. You know, and and this is very Frank Ocean like. Yeah, that's what it is. He explores with his music. He makes what he thinks what I'm saying? He You could clearly tell he makes what he likes. He doesn't like make shit just for, views or, listens or whatnot. He makes what he likes. And this is the beauty of people like Frank Ocean, and I think this is what kind of draws people into Frank Ocean, where this man, like, he doesn't like make music for others, he makes music for himself. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, a lot of people, including we relate to him in some capacity. You know, you don't have to completely relate to him, but there is aspects of this album that you could pick apart your life and you could really connect with him. You know what I'm saying? And some people really, really, you know what I'm saying? I see it. Some people really need kind of an outside voice to tell you it's okay. And Frank Ocean delivers this. Look, I've been through shit. I'm okay. And and you know what? I'm glad he's honest about it. I'm really glad this is a open, honest album. And honestly, it just, if you didn't like Frank Ocean before, you personally wouldn't like this album, but you can't sit here and tell me that this album doesn't open up who he is. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't fucking speak to some volume of your life. So yeah, man, shit. Frank Ocean is the guy. And you know what I'm saying? Like, for the limited time we had him, this album shows why he's so much loved, and he's still loved today, man. So enjoy.